Assuming we have been making a lot of effort to eradicate polio from a location near you, if over the years we have collected these data, then it is possible to predict the year we will successfully eradicate polio from the location if we continue doing what we have been doing and all other factors or conditions remain the same. I will use two approaches to this prediction and I'll save the simpler one for later. The first approach involves using a regression model and goal seek. To create the regression model, I will use the data analysis toolpack. To enable the data analysis toolpack, on the backstage view, click on Options. On the Excel Options dialog box, select Add-ins. In the Manage field, ensure that Excel Add-ins is selected. Click on Go. Check the checkbox for Data Analysis Toolpack and click OK. The Data Analysis Toolpack is now enabled. You can find the Data Analysis command on the Analysis group of the Data tab. To create the regression model, on the Analysis group of the Data tab, click on the Analysis command. On the Data Analysis dialog box, select Regression. Click OK. On the Regression dialog box, select the Input Y range. The Input Y range is the polio cases. Select the Input X range. The Input X range is the year. Since the selected range for Input X and Input Y includes the header field, check the Labels checkbox. I want a confidence level of 95%. I want the regression model to be created on a new worksheet, and I'll just check these to provide more information. Click OK to create the regression model. For the data provided, these coefficients are what you need to create the model. This is the model for the data. I will use this model to predict the year we will eradicate polio from the location with goal seek. This cell contains the model for polio cases, which is a formula. The formula is on the formula bar. It's the same as the model shown on the previous slide. This model requires year. I have provided this cell N18 where I will input the year. If I enter a year here, then the number of predicted polio cases will appear here. For example, if I enter the year 1987, then the predicted number of polio cases for that year is 4,039. The actual number of polio cases for 1987 based on the data is actually 2,000. You can see the difference here on the plot. The actual number of polio cases for 1987 is 2,000, while the predicted number of polio cases for that year is just about 4,000. I will now use goal-seek to predict the year we are likely to eradicate polio from the location based on this model. We will eradicate polio from the location if we are able to get the number of predicted polio cases to 0. The corresponding year for which the predicted number of polio cases is 0 will be the predicted year we will eradicate polio from the location. To use goal-seek, I will select the cell containing the model. On the forecast group of the data tab, I'll click on What If Analysis and select goal-seek. On the goal-seek dialog box, the set cell is N19, which is the selected cell that contains the model. I want to set this value of this cell to 0, and I want to accomplish that by changing the year, and the year is N18. With this done, I'll click OK. Goal-seek will carry out an iterative calculation to arrive at the year 2017. So, if we continue doing what we are doing and other factors do not change, we will successfully eradicate polio from the location by the year 2017. Note that although this is just a prediction, it is useful for planning and deploying resources. The second approach to making the same prediction based on this data is much more simpler. With the entire range of the data selected, on the forecast group of the data tab, click on Forecast Worksheet. This will allow you to preview the plot for the prediction. The blue part of the plot is the actual polio cases, while the orange part is the prediction. These thin lines above and below the thicker one represents the 95% confidence bounds, and the thicker one is the actual prediction. Although the forecast ends in 1999, it is possible to increase that number to, let's say, 2024. It is also possible to change the confidence interval here, provide other settings, and when you're done, click on Create. This will create the charts and the data for the prediction. You can see that in 2017, the prediction line just begins to get to 0. If you scroll down to preview the data provided, then in the year 2017, the forecast polio cases is 461. Based on this prediction, we will eradicate polio from the location between year 2020 and year 2021.